My name is Dean Harrington. Now, I've come out recently with a book called Alchemy of Tao. This is a culmination of experiences and basically self-education, which I've engaged in and others are engaging in, but way too many are kind of missing certain points on that course that we refer to as Taoist studies and Taoist practices. Alchemy of Tao really categorizes and takes people through the processes of stretching the body, engaging in energy practices which are very helpful to our health, and the art of Taiji Chuan itself. The other is, of course, a traditional Guang Ping Taiji Chuan. That system comes from Yang Ban Ho, Yang Luchan, his father, Wang Jiaoyu, my grand teacher Guo Lin Ying, and my teacher Wei Sijiang. Now, those arts are, well, difficult arts in that you have to practice them regularly to acquire a really strong foundation in both the energy work that it presents and the physical development that are a big part of those types of activities. Part of the problem in the Taiji Chuan is understanding how to engage in a small frame practice. Now, ultimately, Taiji Chuan is about freedom. It's not about just sets and systems and that sort of practice. It's about doing something on a daily basis that helps you, and as it does all practitioners, strengthen the foundation, strengthen the mind, and above all, strengthen their health. And these days, we have all kinds of things assaulting us as human beings, from chemicals that we eat, chemicals in the air, water, from electronic devices that send microwaves right through our brain and ultimately probably mess us all up. But nonetheless, as human beings, we're quite flexible. We have the ability to balance out things going on inside of us. And that's really the focus of these practices. Now, they're cultural practices that come from China. But the Tao is not just Chinese. The Tao is reality. And that is the scientific aspect of what it is. Now, some of you know the great value of traditional Chinese medicine. Many of you don't. But some of you know that that particular type of medicine can be very, very effective in creating balance in our own healthy condition. The Alchemy of Tao is really about how we can cleanse the body on another level, how to lift up certain qualities in the body. And one of the major areas that is so horribly affected by our modern day life are the kinds of chemical intakes that we have been engaged in. Food, water, and air. It's all there. 150 years ago, people were much stronger than we are today. Now, you could say, well, a lot of people died early, and that would be true. But we do kind of have modern medicine to help us along. But it's up to you and I, as people, to actually strengthen ourselves. It's not up to doctors. It's not up to your teachers. It's not up to anybody but you. Anyway, the Alchemy of Tao is out, and I would encourage you all to take an interest in both self-development, self-reflection, mental strengthening, chemical reduction. And you can't just do it by eating, quote, organic food. You've got to take other practices in hand and utilize them to help you cleanse that crap out of your system. You can also engage in getting involved with good medical practices that are healthy, good for you. Many of you may have experienced living in the countryside or back into the mountains or areas that are clean or relatively clean, and then run off to the city to find out that, boy, the city's exciting and it's all wonderful. People who live here in the big city in Tokyo, for example, basically are of two types. Vegetables who sit in a chair all day, and those who try to clean that up by running or doing some form of yoga or some form of other physical activities that help them sweat, help them clean out. And one way to do that is to take up these wonderful studies that the Chinese have offered us. Set ourselves up on the road to understanding what the Tao is, because the Tao, it is a science. It's not just a philosophical viewpoint. It is a very effective understanding of reality. I would encourage you to buy Alchemy of Tao, read it, engage in the practices. There are all pictures in there, explanations, and video, links to specific practices in the book. So, there you go. Thank you.